property? These are not only notes, these are the properties of the regression. All right. Then I will not repeat it in the class. Properties of regression. Because it will help in solving the numericals. That is why we need to do first these properties. So our first property is whenever you are evaluating the regression coefficient coefficients are Vyx and Vxy, right? If these are your regression coefficients and you already know rho is your correlation. Okay, fine. All right. Now, rho, small r, it is representing the correlation. Fine. Correlation coefficient. Now, Vyx and Vxy, these are the regression coefficient. Rho is your correlation. Whenever these quantities are given, all these three quantities always should have the same sign. Always have same sign. Means if one is negative, that means each and every quantity, all these three should be negative. If one is positive, then all the rest two are positive again. All right, you need to remember this. If it is not coming, it means either you have done mistake or question is incorrect. Otherwise, you will always have the same signs. Why? Because you know that Vyx is equals to what? Your Vyx is covariance x comma y over variance of x, because yx है तो variance x का होगा. This is very distracting. बार enter करो. Same time पर आया करो सारे भाई. All right. This is what regression coefficient Vyx का formula is covariance upon variance x, because we are having a regression line of y on x. The denominator will be of x, and similarly your Vxy is covariance over variance y. Variance y. And you should know that variance x and variance y are always positive. These are always positive. All right. Just remember these because it will help in solving questions. Now, second property. (10(7) हो गए. अब कोई एंट्री करेगा? हम अलाउ नहीं करेंगे किसी को. ना डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है ये. Now, modulus of the correlation. You see, correlation का formula is, you already know. Yesterday we did, and if you remember, we have done one thing that is known as coefficient of determination. You remember that? Coefficient of determination? Say yes or no. Anyone? No one? Coefficient of determination is, क्या था उत्कर्ष? R square. Very good. Yes. So coefficient of determination correlation करा था. हाँ, correlation किया था, पर ये पहले बताया है तुमको कि जो R है, R की वैल्यू -1 से 1 एग्जिस्ट करती है. R square की वैल्यू 0 से 1 एग्जिस्ट करती है, and that is known as your coefficient of determination. बस लग गया पता. कौन है ये? उत्कर्ष. कौन है ये? All right. See, ठीक है. So अब क्यों जरूरी था? Correlation is telling you about the direction of magnitude and strength और जो कोफिशिएंट डिटर्मिनेशन है, इट इज टेलिंग यू अबाउट द डेविएशन. से सपोज कोरिलेशन अगर 0.9 है, इट मींस यू आर 90% श्योर कि देयर इज रिलेशन, लीनियर रिलेशन बिटवीन टू वेरिएबल्स एग्जिस्ट करता है. अब पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव इट डिपेंड्स, fine, but if you need to evaluate the deviation, this could be determined only by using the coefficient of determination, that is r square, और उसकी value lies from 0 to 1. Now your correlation, that is rho या small r, is always the geometric mean किसका? Of the regression coefficient होता है. Always remember this. These are some shortcuts while evaluating your questions. So correlation is the geometric mean. अब geometric mean तुमको पता है, fine. So this is the geometric mean of the regression coefficient. Why? अभी देखो, अब हम दोबारा नहीं लिखेंगे ये वाली quantity. It is going to waste my time. You see byx multiply bxy. तो तुमको क्या नजर आ रहा है? Covariance xy over variance x multiply covariance x comma y over variance y. ठीक है, तो मीन्स तुम byx और bxy का प्रोडक्ट कर रहे हो. What we are trying to do? Geometric mean is what? Product, no? तो bxy और byx दोनों का तुमने प्रोडक्ट किया है, तो क्या मिला तुमको? कोवेरियंस अपॉन एक वेरियंस x है और कोवेरियंस अपॉन एक वेरियंस y है. अभी इसको रीअरेंज करो तो दिस कुड बी रिटन एज कोवेरियंस x, y और नीचे इफ आई राइट अंडर रूट ऑफ वेरियंस x एंड अंडर रूट ऑफ वेरियंस y और इसका होल स्क्वायर कर दो तो कुछ गलत है? लिख सकते हैं कि नहीं? यस और नो? बोलो जल्दी. दिस इज करेक्ट और नॉट? राइट. नाउ यू सी, अभी कोवेरियंस अपॉन अंडर रूट वेरियंस. नाउ दिस इज व्हाट? अभी अंडर रूट वेरियंस क्या होता है? जल्दी बोलो. अंडर रूट ऑफ वेरियंस इज, बोलो. वेरी गुड. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन, दैट इज दिस इज स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन. अब if I am writing this, so this implies what? Covariance upon standard deviation of x, standard deviation y is what? Covariance upon standard deviation of xn into y. What is this? जल्दी बोलो. अरे, covariance upon standard deviation, sigma x, sigma y. Correlation, obviously this is correlation का फॉर्मूला. अभी तुम लोग को याद नहीं हुआ है? फॉर्मूलेज याद करो सारे भाई. तुमने एमएसटी भी दे दिया, क्विज भी दे दिया, सरप्राइज टेस्ट भी दे दिया, फॉर्मूले नहीं याद हुए? दिस इज कोरिलेशन. प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो होगा ना, एक दिन में थोड़ी हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, अभी देखो, रिवाइंड करो अगेन. कोरिलेशन इज द ज्योमेट्रिक मीन ऑफ द रिग्रेशन कोफिशिएंट byx bxy. फाइन. byx मींस this is the regression coefficient of the regression line and regression line means y on x. तो y on x है तो y minus y bar equals to regression coefficient byx into x minus x bar होगा. Similarly, regression line x on y क्या बनेगा? x पहले आ गया तो it means x minus x bar equals to bxy into y minus y bar. Understand? अभी रिग्रेशन कोफिशिएंट बोलता है कि ज्योमेट्रिक मीन है, तो यू ऑलरेडी नो ज्योमेट्रिक मीन मींस प्रोडक्ट है. अभी प्रोडक्ट करोगे तो यू नो द रिग्रेशन कोफिशिएंट का फॉर्मूला इज, ये लिखा है ऊपर, कोवेरियंस अपॉन वेरियंस. किसका है? अगर x yx का है तो डिनोमिनेटर विल बी x का, अगर bxy है तो डिनोमिनेटर विल बी y का. तो अभी इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट किया है तो यू हैव कंबाइंड दिस. अभी ऊपर स्क्वायर बन रहा था तो कंबाइन करने के लिए नीचे वाले को तुमने स्क्वायर कर दिया, तो इट कैन बी रिटन एज द अंडर रूट. Now this is whole square and you already know under root of the variance is standard deviation. फिर you also know कि covariance upon standard deviation is the correlation. So ultimately what you got? Bxy regression coefficients का product, this is equals to the square of the correlation. Fine. Now this implies what? That is your correlation is a geometric mean of Bxy into Byx. क्वांटिटी ये थी, ये तुम्हारा प्रूफ है. If I say correlation is a geometric mean, so how it is a geometric mean? So this is how you prove. Now your third property. If one of your regression coefficient, if one of regression coefficient is numerically greater than 1, implies other regression coefficient would be strictly less than 1, would be less than or smaller than 1. Smaller than 1. कैसे? You see, तुम्हारे पास, now you see, ये किसके इक्वल आया प्रोडक्ट? Bxy into Byx equals to rho square. Rho square is your nothing else but r square. सेम नोटेशन है. अभी तुमको मालूम है r square is what? Coefficient of determination. अभी coefficient of determination की वैल्यू it lies from 0 to 1, isn't it? And your r square की value is the product of the regression coefficient Byx into Bxy less than equals to 1. अभी ये बोल रहा है कि अगर एक regression coefficient is strictly greater than 1 है, if your B, say suppose I say Byx का mod positive or negative whatever it is, this is greater than equals to 1 है, implies my other regression coefficient should be, हर हाल में it should be, other one will be what? Bxy. इसका mod should be less than equals to 1. तभी तो आएगा, तभी इनका product would be less than equals to 1, no? Understand? So this is always, if one quantity of the regression coefficient is greater than 1, then other has to be less than 1. Fine? Can I erase the board now? I'm erasing this board. All right. Next property. Fourth one. कितने किए अभी? 2 किए, 3 किए? 3 किए ना अभी? Yes. All right. So, अच्छा, third and fourth combine ही होगी. Voice is staggering. Why it is staggering? This is तो Zoom है, भी नहीं है ये. Zoom पे तो थोड़ी ये प्रॉब्लम होती है. B into Bxy less than 1. All right. Just remember, this is, I have told you third property में ही बता दिया, but this is another property. So just remember, this is always equals to r square and this is r square. This I have already covered in third one. All right. Now next one is two regression line. Now you tell me, if you have two regression lines, two regression line means what? Y on x. अगर y on x है तो your regression line is what? Y on x. तो y वाला पहले आएगा. Y minus y bar equals to Byx into x minus x bar. दूसरी regression line x on y. Then x minus x bar equals to Bxy y minus y bar. ये क्या बोल रहा है कि if you have two regression line, then its intersecting point is, बता सकते हो? Then its intersecting point is बोलो. Tell me, what would be its intersecting point? Anyone? No one? दोनों लाइंस दे रखी है. You have to just find the intersecting point. Intersecting point कौन सा होगा? अरे पारस, पारस, मिलन, जवाद, उत्कर्ष, कुछ पूछा है? यस मैम नहीं चाहिए, आंसर चाहिए. मैं आई एम आस्किंग व्हाट वुड बी द इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ दीज टू रिग्रेशन लाइन. निकाल सकते हैं? निकालोगी क्या? सामने दिख रहा है. निकालने की क्या जरूरत है? सामने दिख रहा है. इसका इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट क्या होगा? साफ दिख रहा है. नहीं मालूम? से यस और नो. तुम बताएं. डोंट वेस्ट टाइम. एक्स बार. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. यस पारस, वेरी गुड. यस, वेरी गुड. एक्स बार कॉमा वाई बार. This is the intersecting point. You see, first equation में y की जगह you are putting y bar, x की जगह x bar. It is coming out to be 0. Balance from both the sides. Similarly, in the other equation also, x की जगह x bar, y की जगह y bar. Again, it is satisfying. So, both are having its intersecting point at the average of these equations of all the coordinates x and y. Now, so always remember, if you have two regression lines, so its intersecting point would be the average of those lines. Now, another very important, two regression lines, I'm writing in shortcut, two regression lines will coincide if and only if there exists a perfect linear relation. There exists a perfect linear relation between capital X and capital Y. Mathematically, it can be written as, that is, if and only if your rank correlation or not rank correlation, your correlation should be plus minus 1. Two regression lines coincide if and only if there exists a perfect linear relation. वो कैसे होगा? अगर your correlation की value is coming out to be either +1 or -1. अगर exactly ये value आ रही, it means both the regression lines are coinciding with each other, and whenever they are coinciding, it is forming a straight line. All right? अब ये कैसे है? Now you see, proof. How you are going to prove it? You see, your intersecting point is what? I is intersecting point. Our intersecting point is x bar and y bar. And another thing It is saying that it is coinciding. And you know, if it is coinciding implies what? When it is coinciding, then it's coinciding. Coinciding means से क्या समझते हो? Any idea? When two lines are coinciding, implies they both should have a same slope. Isn't it? Slopes are same. Now, you know that this is, I'm not writing this equation again. These are my equations. These are my two regression line 1, another regression line 2. क्योंकि दो लाइन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो we have this. So two regression line, equation 1 and equation 2 are my regression line. They are coinciding implies my slopes are same. Perfect linear relationship है, तो दोनों कंसाइड कर रहे हैं तो उनका इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट इज, वी ऑलरेडी नो, अगर दो रिग्रेशन लाइन है तो उसका इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट इज एक्स बार एंड वाई बार. एग्जैक्टली. नाउ यू सी फ्रॉम हियर you know that what we are going to write, they are coinciding. So from equation 1 we can write from now from equation 1 your slope is small n. This is by b by x. Yes, very good, very good. So this is only what I am trying to write, but ये board नहीं चल रहा. From equation 2 my another slope would be what? b xy, isn't it? Because we already know from our third property जो अभी करी थी, third property was saying कि अगर एक slope is greater than 1, other has to be less than 1. So and your first property की वो geometric, second property की वो geometric mean होता है. So अगर coincide कर रहा है, if it is coinciding, it means slopes are equal, implies b by x is equals to 1 upon bxy. Implies what? b by x into bxy is equals to 1. This is equals to 1. So the condition for two regression line coinciding is कि दोनों slope का product should be strictly equals to 1. Understand? Now, अभी यहीं से we can draw the conclusion that if the product is equals to 1, it means line coincide कर रही है. दूसरी चीज, you already know that b regression coefficients का product अगर 1 है, तो this is again is equals to the coefficient of determination, that is equals to the square of the correlation. You also know that correlation की value should be equals to, and square है, that is equals to plus minus 1. All right, means from here we conclude three things. First, जो नीचे लिखा है bxy byx is equals to 1. Second thing we conclude, this is equals to 1. And third thing we conclude that rho is equals to plus minus 1. इसमें से कोई भी कंडीशन होल्ड करती है, ये सारी की सारी कंडीशंस all together should hold true for both the regression lines to coincide. अगर लाइन coincide कर रही है तो we will have these three results हर हाल में. Understand? Now the last property I'm writing here, I'm not erasing, just a minute. Now I guess this one is seventh one. The acute angle you understand, no? Less than 90. The acute angle theta between regression lines is given by is given by tan theta का formula you know in terms of slope. This is 1 minus r square over dxy plus dyx. dxy plus dyx. Now you tell me, can you prove this? This is the result. If I ask, prove this, can you do this? Say yes or no. dxy, alright. dxy, dyx minus 1 whole upon dxy plus dyx. Fine. So this is this. We are getting this value. Since correlation is the modulus, if we consider this as the mod value, then this could be written as, because we are getting what? We are getting r square minus 1 over the same denominator. This could be rewritten if I take the modulus. That is why it is rearranged and written as this. Fine. So whenever we get, if you need to evaluate the acute angle between two regression lines, this is the formula. Correlation निकालना है, regression coefficient evaluate करो, put into the formula, you will get your theta. Fine. Secondly, one result you also conclude from here. Whenever my tan theta is 0, whenever your theta is 0, implies what? You tell me. If theta is 0 implies what? Theta equals to 0. तो क्या आ जाएगा? Tell me. If I take theta as 0. Lines are parallel or coincide. Very good. Absolutely correct. If theta is 0, it means your two lines are coinciding. Lines coincide. Fine. Now they are coinciding. It means what? My denominator, इसको equate करो. This is 0. This is equals to 0. So ultimately what we get? 1 minus r square equals to 0. Then again what we will have? Very good. That is r square equals to 1. That is r is equals to plus minus 1. Fine. Understood everyone? So these are very, very important points